to each other. Rich just posted something saying we're having a little issue with video at the moment.
There we go. We're up.
Okay.
Yep, we are up and live.
So do we need everyone to kind of check in with us and let us know that they can hear us?
Yeah, if you guys want to just put in your chat window that you can hear us and that you're seeing us now, just so we know. We can hear you. Yep, they are hearing us.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
All right.
So
we're good.
Yeah, so really all you've missed if you haven't been able to hear us is that Carrie is the most important person. And we will be going over the program for the week and answering any questions that you might have. So the first thing is we want to tell you which countries will be represented this year at the conference. So congratulations to Algeria, Bahrain, Chad, Egypt, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kenya, Libya, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Spain, and the United States. We have actually several states in the United States that will be coming. Carrie, do you remember which ones?
Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Kansas.
That's pretty good. So a pretty diverse group just in the United States. So that'll be really interesting. All right.
All right, I think we're having a little bit of trouble with sound. So we're going to try and speak up a little bit louder for you guys.
All right. Should we move that microphone closer?
No, you're fine. I'm seeing crystal clear here.
All right. Again, if you continue to have any technical difficulties, Carrie is monitoring that chat response here. So just let us know what's happening, and we will try to adapt as we go along. Okay, so the first thing is, where are you staying? You are staying at Wheelock College. It is located in Boston, Massachusetts. It is right near Fenway Park, which is the home of our favorite baseball team. It's a great little area. It's very safe. You'll be staying in the dorms. I guess I should back up. When you arrive in the United States, this is a question that always comes up and I'm sure will be asked throughout the broadcast. When you arrive in the United States, Empower Peace staff members will be at the airport to meet you. We will have signs. You won't be able to miss us, and we will bring you to Wheelock College. So you do not have to worry about it. The minute you land in the United States, or if you're coming from Kansas or a state that you're taking air transportation, we will be at the terminal, we will have a sign, and we will bring you to Wheelock College. So you'll be all set. We'll be identifiable. The conference is scheduled to start on July 7th. It's possible that some of you may have to start traveling on July 6th in order to get here on time. So please be sure to check your travel itinerary to make sure, when you get it, make sure that you have the right times. I know we're going to go into all the conference details, towards the end of the broadcast, but what you can expect during the program. The whole purpose of Women to Women is really to further develop your leadership skills and figure out how we can all make change in our home countries. So the very first thing to do to prepare to come to Women to Women is think about an issue that you want to change when you go home, an issue you want to have an impact on. A lot of you have identified issues. It has to deal with women's rights or an issue impacting women in your country. The issues that we've seen come in from you that you've already identified would be anywhere from education, healthcare, early childhood marriage. We've had domestic violence or gender equality. So whatever it is you want to work on, there's no right or wrong answer here. Have your research. Be prepared before you come, because we're going to be working on these issues and developing an action plan over the week. And at the end of the week, you're going to be expected to actually present your action plan. What are you going to do when you go home? So we're going to explain this a lot more. We're going to be talking about it during the week. But the biggest thing is come prepared with what you want to work on when you come here. Because the week really is about developing those skills on how you make an action plan and how you make change. So the very first day, you're going to have a travel day. So travel day is easy. You'll come to Wheelock. Carrie will be there. She'll get you in your rooms. You will be sharing a room with another delegate from another country.
And just for people that are coming from Massachusetts or New Hampshire, pretty locally, we're going to have Empower Peace staff right at the dorm that you're going to be staying at. And it's more than likely going to be me, actually. And I will send you guys all the exact addresses so you'll know exactly where to come on that morning or afternoon.
I'm usually at the airport. I'm a big fan of the airport. So I'll be spending the day there. So the first day is a travel day. We will have lunch and dinner available. We will have a dessert social because this year we have some Women2Women alumni from past years that will be joining us. In fact, we have several that are going to be working with us this week. In fact, we'll have Molly and Malia. I'm trying to think of all of them. Deba. I think we're going to have at least four or five alumni. So that's something to also think about because they can answer your questions too. If you have any concerns over the week, remember they've already gone through it, so they'll have a lot of answers. Oh, Kabila will be back, so that's really exciting. All right, so first day is an easy day. You come in, you relax, you try to rest up because the rest of the week is really packed. On July 8th, what we do is we typically start off with a trolley tour. So we want to give you, we have someone going by, sorry. What we typically do is give you a chance to go explore the city. The trolleys will be right outside the college campus. They do leave on time, and we will reiterate that point when you come. But it gives you a brief history of Boston and gets you out and gets to see where you are in the city. It's a lot of fun. Great pictures that you'll get. So I would definitely recommend that they go on that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of fun, and you kind of get a little bit of a flavor of Boston.
Yeah. Then you're going to come back, you'll have some lunch, and we're going to do some icebreakers. So that's really so that you all can get to know each other. We can get to know you and have some fun. So that would be good. And then we'll go right into orientation. So at orientation, we will introduce you to some of the key players for the week. We will explain the schedule again, and we will really talk about your action plans and what that means, like what we want this whole week to be for you and what we hope you get out of it. And then Monday, we hit the ground running. So,
yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It's important to be on time. You're going to be tired.
Yeah, and get as much sleep as you can.
Yes, sleep on the planes. Monday, we start off, we're really, really lucky. We have some wonderful people that work with us pretty much every year. Victoria's been with us every year, but some wonderful educators from Harvard University. We've had them from Tufts University, some of the great schools, and Wheelock College, some of the great schools that are in Boston. And Victoria Butson, who is the executive director of the Women in Public Policy program at Harvard, will start the day off and really kind of giving you all an overview of where women are in the world. What are some of the issues impacting women, and what can we do about it? So she will be with us, and then we also are going to be breaking out into discussion groups about the issues, again, that you've identified as problems facing women. So really, the research that you're going to do before you come here will really help you in these discussion groups that we have, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of give you a brief overview. The schedule will be up probably in another week or so. We're finalizing the schedule, and once it is finalized, you will see all the times. Don't be scared. It is packed.
Right. And within the next week or so, you're going to be getting some more information about the conference from me, including we'll have the action plan form, just so you guys can kind of see what it is. We'll give you some information to bring with you and to start looking into the development for your action plans.
Right. Because I'm giving you a very brief overview of what's actually happening, but when you see the schedule, you will know that your time during the day is busy. There really is not a lot of free time. So I don't want to make you think that you are. We also have a brilliant man that will be coming in from the Fletcher School at Tufts University to talk about social networking. You're all probably on Facebook. You're probably on Twitter, Google+. Who else? I mean, I'm not
posting videos on YouTube.
Yeah, posting videos. So how do you take that social network and do something really meaningful with it? How do you get support? And so Rusty will be showing you how you utilize your social network. He was with us last year. It's kind of fascinating stuff to see how people are connected. Really? Even past years, like Women2Women, who have, you're joining an entire network. So I definitely encourage you, if you haven't already, join our Women2Women page on Facebook, because what will happen is you will get now to meet the alumni from other years.
Right. So one of the questions that we have got is about Facebook. We don't have a specific page for Women2Women 2012. What we encourage you to do is join the Women2Women conference network itself, so that you will get to meet past alumni.
Yeah, and once we kind of get through the day and we go through these first couple of workshops, we are going to spend some time, again, talking about your action plans and what that means. I know that we always have a lot of questions about what is the action plan, what do you expect us to do, how long is it? An action plan is really, we will show you the different steps that should go into developing your action plan, but also we'll talk about your presentation at the end of the week and what that is. These are all verbal presentations. They're not PowerPoint. We don't have capability of doing video, but you will be presenting your action plan to a panel of experts that will give you feedback, which is, I think, really helpful when all of you go home when you want to start implementing your plan. Okay, so Monday, I know we're kind of going through this quick. Again, if you have questions, please let us know and we will get to them. On Tuesday, we are going to Harvard University. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard about Harvard. When you get there, you will be on campus. You will be in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which is just across the bridge from Boston, which you'll see when you get here. But we will be working with Susan Hackley, and she's the director on the program on negotiation. Again, Susan has been with us for years. This is a fabulous workshop, and she's going to go over all the tools and techniques on how do you get your point across, how do you negotiate without conflict. And this seems to always be a highlight for everyone. Every year.
This is one of these workshops that you will learn so much from, and alumni from past years all love this workshop.
Yep. We are hoping, we're in the process of finalizing this, but we're hoping to stay at Harvard for most of this day because we also are very, very fortunate to have with us another partner at Harvard, the Carr Center for Human Rights. And we're hoping that we can stay at the campus and then go right into a workshop on human rights. Like, what is it? What does it mean? And why do you need to care? If you are in Chad, why do you need to care about the United States? And vice versa. So we're going to try in the history of human rights and people who have made change.
We've got quite a few people that are happy to be going to Harvard.
Oh, see that? Okay,
yeah, there's
great.
a lot of love for Harvard.
What do we have there? Anything good coming up?
Just loving Harvard, and we are going to Harvard. Yay!
Yay! Usually we get a lot of questions on shopping, and there is shopping at Harvard, but we'll get to that. Wednesday, we are going to be doing a number of things on Wednesday. We have some fabulous people with us. Again, we are hoping to have Nasser Wadadi from the American Islamic Congress, who is an activist and who has worked all over the world. He's going to be sharing with us some of the tools and techniques on how you start an event. What kind of things, what kind of support do you need to get an activity going? Nasser is absolutely wonderful. We will have bios on all these people. We're also going to be talking about the art of the difficult conversation. And, a lot of the issues that we are talking about is not something that everyone can just go home and openly talk about. So how do you have that conversation when this is not something that's typically discussed at home or at school? Or so we will be including that. The other important piece is, and this is always something that comes up and it's always a hot topic, is understanding the media. Everyone, there are a lot of different dynamics with media in the countries that you're coming from. How do you get their attention? How do you get your story across? How do you contact them? And so Jane Christo is one of the founders of National Public Radio who has traveled literally all over the world. And she'll be talking about some of the tools and techniques, depending on where you are, on how you get the media to pay attention to what you're doing. We are hoping that evening to have a little bit of fun and going to the Museum of Fine Art. So keep an eye out on the schedule. So far, any questions that we need to address? All right,
so
good.
Far.
Just happy about going to Harvard?
I think they're kind of waiting to see what we touch on, and then the questions will come.
Okay, good. All right, so on Thursday, we will start off with a keynote speaker, and we will have a part 2 of social networking. And we are also hoping to have something about the basics of public speaking. Now, I'm not sure how many of you have had to do any public speaking. Some of you I'm sure have, and some of you I'm sure have not. So we will be going over some of the basics. And again, this is not only for your action plan presentations on Friday, but it's something that eventually every single one of us is going to have to get up in front of a group, whether it's 2 people or 100 or 1,000, and you're going to have to present. So we're hoping that some of the things that we learn in that workshop will help you out. And then on Friday, we are going to go to the Massachusetts State House, and that's where you will be presenting your action plans. So anything you need to know about that?
One thing you should know when we are at the State House gets very cold, so we'll tell you about that again later, but just make sure that you're just kind of warm, bring a sweater.
Yes, that's true, actually. The State House is
there.
usually freezing. It's very, very difficult.
And I think one thing that, I don't know if we touched on it about the action plans or not, you don't have to do an action plan by yourself. You can actually have other people that you're working on the action plan, so if you have a group of people, so you don't have to worry about doing it by yourself if you want to work in a group.
Yeah, as long as that group is from your country.
Right.
So if you want to work as a delegation, that's great. Oh, we look like we have a question.
Will we get to see sample action plans?
Actually, that is a very good point. We were talking about that. We are going to go over some of the things that our delegates have done in the past. So yes, and we will give you some ideas. And again, throughout the week, we will be happy to answer any questions you have. We are trying to leave time in the schedule, which when you speak with some of the alumni, they're going to look at the schedule and say, there's so much time. Usually the schedule is packed every single minute of the day. We are trying our best to leave some time so that you can work on these action plans and we can answer your questions.
And we stay at the dorms with you guys so that, we're pretty accessible, and we'll have our alumni there that are going to be working with us. So, ask any of us anytime. And we got a question in, are we able to bring computers to work on? Absolutely. You can bring your computers.
Yes, you are responsible for everything that you bring. So if it gets lost, you really have to keep an eye on things.
And there will be wireless. We're going to give everybody the ability to go wireless with their computers. So you'll have a password and everything that will be able to get you in.
Yeah. So I know that we're going through the schedule really briefly. Again, we will post the schedule so that you'll see all of the activities that you will be engaging in.
And we will send a copy of it via email to all of you so that you have it.
Yeah, we want to just give you a sense of some of the things that you will be learning about throughout the week. But believe me, it is a very, very busy schedule. You are expected to attend all of the workshops and presentations. We basically travel as a group everywhere we go. When we finish in the evening, there is very little free time. But you will be able to kind of explore and walk around a little bit. But we do have curfews. We do expect you on campus at a certain time each night. We will be going over this at orientation. I believe it's also in the packets that they'll be getting.
Yes.
Carrie will be sending you a lot of information that will go over everything from what to bring to what time you need to be at the dorms and et cetera. So.
Right. Yep.
Whatever I know we're going through this fast, but you will get this information, okay? After the presentations at the State House, which the State House is a lovely building. I mean, so it'll be great to be there.
Right.
But we will be going and doing some shopping.
We are getting a couple other questions.
Oh.
How many people are going to be there?
Okay.
We're looking at, right now we've got about 70 young women that are going to be coming to the conference.
Which I have to say, this is an exciting year for me at the very least, because each year, this is a smaller group this year, and Carrie and I are very excited about this because typically in the last few years we've had, 115, 110?
Yeah.
And it's really difficult for us to get to know everybody that comes to the conference.
Yeah.
So this year I'm looking forward to sitting down and talking and learning about what everybody's, doing with their plans and
Absolutely.
Showing you Boston. I'm hoping that we'll have a lot more time to do that.
And speaking of Boston, since we're meeting important people and going to various business places, should we be bringing a lot of business casual clothes?
It's the summertime, so you are welcome to wear business casual clothes. There is one night that we're still confirming. It's possibly on Thursday. We will let you know. You'd have to dress up a little bit. There's a possibility. It's just a possibility right now, although it's looking good. The last 2 years, we've worked with Al Arabiya, and we've done a television program featuring all of you about the conference and what you're learning and what you're learning about each other. We are in negotiations with them again this year. They would very much like to do the program again. And so at that case, you would have to dress up a little bit nicer. And of course, if any of you do not want to be on television, you just let us know, and that's something that you can opt out of.
Okay, some of these other questions we're actually going to get to in a couple minutes, so I'm not ignoring your questions.
All right, so they're all done with the schedule. They're like,
let's
we're
keep
done.
going.
Yes, it's going to be busy. Okay.
We still have Saturday.
Saturday is something that Carrie and I are working on specifically, because Saturday is your last full day. Technically, you're done with the conference at that point because you've done your action plan. So we're trying to come up with something that would be really fun for everybody. So we're not going to tell you what Saturday is.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have some details.
Yeah,
soon,
it may be that we keep it a secret because some of the stuff that we're coming up with is really, really good.
Yeah, we think you'll like it.
Yes. So, but it could be something that we go to the North Shore in Massachusetts, or we could just, you know what, I'm not going to tell them.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to give away my ideas or your ideas because they're really good.
I think they are.
Yeah. Okay, and then Sunday, of course, is travel day, which it is amazing to me how fast this week goes by.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Carrie, why don't you take over what to bring? What to bring?
What to bring? Well, first, Wheelock is providing everybody with a pillow, the sheets for your bedding, a blanket, and 2 bath towels. If you want to bring additional, feel free, absolutely. But that is what Wheelock will give you it'll be on your bed when you check in that day.
And each of the rooms have a fan.
And each room has a fan. Weather in Boston, it kind of changes all over the place. It can be really hot, but today it's like 60 degrees and pouring. Right. But we'll talk a little bit more about weather just in a couple of minutes. And you will definitely have a roommate. It will be a roommate from another country. So you won't be able to ask who you want to room with or anything like that.
Yeah, we do not take roommate requests.
Right. Just a little bit about Wheelock. Yes, computers are available. If you want to bring your own, you can bring your own. But there are computers at Wheelock. They all are equipped with Skype, so that you guys can Skype home.
Very important, actually. Please be sure to call your parents or family members or friends that need to speak with you. Because Carrie and I get a lot of emails and calls from them asking about you. So when we get to that part of what to bring in phones and phone cards, pay close attention.
Right. There are computers in the actual dorms on each floor. So if you don't have a computer with you and the campus center where most of the activities happen is shut down for the evening, there are computers right there in the dorm that you're staying at, Peabody Hall, and they're on every single floor. And there is wireless internet. We'll give you guys the password and that when you check in that day. What else to bring? International calling card or phone. If you have an international phone and you want to bring that, just check with your carrier first to make sure it's going to work here in the United States. Or you can buy the international calling cards. I think you can actually buy them over the internet and bring that information with you, so that when you get here, you can kind of call home and check in, and your parents and family and that know that you're here and you've arrived. Conversion plugs for our international students that are coming. We work on a 120 volt, 60 hertz cycle for electricity, so you want to bring a conversion plug for that. Bring your toiletries, and like we said, the laptops. If you're bringing your own laptop, you're bringing it at your own risk, so you need to keep an eye on it. Same thing with your cameras.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to back up a little thing on what to bring.
Yep.
We've seen a lot over the last several years, and what to bring is what you can carry. So
absolutely.
You must be able to carry it or drag it on wheels. We have seen suitcases so large that it's just almost impossible to believe they even make them.
Yeah.
There are elevators. However, you never know if the elevator is not going to be working that day. So bring what you can carry. You are responsible for it. There will be no one carrying your bags. So that's very important. When toiletries, toothbrushes, shampoo, soap. So you will need, anything like that.
Right. You should also be bringing with you any money for incidental costs or luggage fees, because EmpowerPeace doesn't cover your luggage fees. So if you have, your luggage is overweight or anything like that, that is up to you to cover those costs.
Yeah, and if you haven't traveled before, just check with the airline carrier, because they do have certain restrictions on how much you can bring. And they will say that right on their website or probably on their ticket information. Right. How many bags you can bring. So pay attention to that, because luggage fees can be significant. And money for incidentals. EmpowerPeace will be covering everything from the minute you land on the ground in terms of your ground transportation to and from conference activities. All of your meals are covered, and we will have snacks throughout the day. Right. So really, any money that you bring is really for whatever you want in addition to that. So some of you may want to bring home, gifts or something. So that's what you would need money for. But everything else is covered.
Also, if you can fit it and bring it with you, I would bring an umbrella, just because we said Boston weather kind of changes really quickly. So I would definitely bring an umbrella if you can, and a sweatshirt or a light coat, because it can get a little chilly during the day and even at night.
Yes. And sneakers.
And sneakers.
We always will need sneakers for something. So if we do a community service project or just touring around, you'll want comfortable shoes.
Right, because you are going to be doing quite a bit of walking. So keep that in mind. A little bit, some of the questions we're getting is about Boston and temperature and that, and we are in the Eastern time zone, which is the GMT minus 4 hours. The temperature in Boston when you guys are coming is usually around 81 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 27 degrees Celsius. And at night, it can drop down into about 66 degrees Fahrenheit and 19 degrees Celsius. So it can get a little chilly.
Or it can be hot and humid, which was I wish we could tell you what temperature it was going to be, but
I know.
We just never know ourselves.
Yeah, because one year we had it and it was in the 90s and humid. And then the next year, I don't think it actually got over 80 degrees.
Yeah, and the nights were perfect. I mean, it was great to go to sleep in.
Right, so the weather can really change really quickly during the day.
All right, so key things to remember. Bring things for warm weather, bring things for cold weather, bring a sweatshirt, bring comfortable shoes.
Right.
And if you can fit it, an umbrella.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So travel. In most cases, Empower Peace will be arranging your travel. So for the U.S. delegates outside of Massachusetts and New Hampshire,
right.
We will be coordinating your travel. So Carrie will be doing that. She will be sending you the information. In terms of some of the international travel, I know that we have some of the U.S. embassies that are coordinating travel with delegates, but for the most part, I think we are coordinating travel for, do you remember which countries? I believe it's going to be Libya.
Libya.
Egypt. Iraq.
No, I think the embassy is going to work with and do the travel for Iraq. We are doing the travel for Israel, Jordan, Morocco, I believe Spain, and our U.S. participants.
Okay. So in the next week, Carrie will be working on that. I guess back up though, you need to know if they have had their visa appointments and if they have had their visa accepted before we purchase the ticket.
Right, and I have been getting updates from a lot of the young women that are coming about their visas, and if you're having any problems with your visas, number one, you should have already gone online and filled out your DS-160 form. If you haven't done that already, you need to do that ASAP, as soon as possible. Once you fill that out, then you can actually apply for a time for your visa appointment. And if you're running into any issues that there's no times that are scheduled that you can go in, or they're not available until after the conference or during the conference, get the absolute earliest visa appointment you can, and then you should send that information all back to me. Your barcode number that's on the DS-160 form, along with the date and time of your visa appointment, and then we can step in and we can call the embassy and we can try and get your visa appointment expedited. So if you haven't already done that, you need to do that ASAP.
Right.
And I know we're getting in some other questions, so I'm just going to read the questions really quick, but
okay.
If you want to keep...
Well, why don't we see what we have there?
All right. What about photos of home country?
Yes. I know we're actually going to be getting that on what to bring. Absolutely. You're meeting people from all these different countries, and personally, I know that Carrie and I love to see this stuff. I mean, we'd love to see pictures of your home country, your family, your friends. Bring it, because I think the more we share and the more we learn about each other, I think the stronger our network gets. So absolutely. Bring traditional dress if you have it. I know that we will have some time in the evening that we can kind of share all these different things and learn about each other's cultures. I think that's fantastic. Absolutely do it.
Have people from past years brought their laptops? Absolutely.
Yes.
Every year we have people that bring their laptops with them. So if you'd like to bring it, definitely bring it with you.
Yep. Laptops, cameras. Just again, whatever you bring, you are responsible for. So, we move around quite a bit. So people tend to kind of leave their bags and they forget where they left it, and so just make sure you keep an eye on all your things.
Will you send an email confirming you received our confirmation sheet? If I have not already, I will go back and I will send everybody that I've received confirmation sheets an email today, just letting you guys know. Molly from the U.S., I actually have received yours. So,
hello, Molly.
But I will send an email confirmation. And are we going to receive the tickets by email? Yes. Unless I send you guys any information otherwise, everything that's going to be booked is going to be an electronic ticket. So you'll be sent the actual schedule for your flight, and on that will be your confirmation number. Just bring that with you when you check in at the airline, and they'll give you your ticket right there at the airline desk.
Okay, actually, I'm looking at our piece here, and it's just talking about travel a little bit more. If you are not traveling from your home country or your home state, you must tell us as soon as possible, because we are assuming that we are booking it from wherever your application was from. So, some of you may have put a school address. Make sure that we know, if it's not already on the application, make sure that we know that you're traveling from your home country.
Okay, tickets for Libya, are we receiving them from Empower Peace or from the embassy?
I believe you are going to be receiving them from Empower Peace. So Carrie and I will be working on that. We're actually looking into that right now.
And we're working with the embassy directly, so. And then my religion prevents me from flying on Shabbat. What does it mean about my flight?
Okay. Well, what country is she from?
Israel.
Israel. Okay,
Yep.
so I believe that is on Friday. We will make sure that we make transportation accessible for you. So be in contact with us. Send us an email and make sure that we know what the restrictions are. I believe we already do, but let's just confirm that so we're all on the same page. Either way, we will get you here. All right, anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so important airport information. Again, check with your airline carrier about the luggage fees. I know we're saying you need a lot, but you want to make sure that you're not too overweight or have too many bags on for the carrier. And most airlines do allow at least one personal bag or carry-on, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Doug Wicks is walking in front of the camera. Yes, that's Doug. Doug is our cameraman. You'll see a lot of him. Doug, you just want to show your face, like put your head in.
Is the camera on? Because you had the graphic up.
I was going to say,
Oh.
he had the graphic up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's up now.
That is Doug Wicks.
Oh, he's
Cameraman.
not showing up on the screen.
Uh-oh.
There we
Oh, there he is.
There you go,
There you
there you
go.
go,
Just
there you
make
go.
sure you back up.
Delay.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. All right. Again, we will be at the airport greeting you, so you'll have no problem getting to Wheelock College. Wheelock is approximately about 15 minutes away from the airport. However, when you are arriving, we have a really big baseball game, which you will be going by the park, and that will be a lot of traffic. So it will take longer than 15 minutes to get there, probably more like half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, luggage, again, do not bring more than you can personally carry. And we've already talked about weight
That's a big
restrictions. And then assignment for the conference. Again, prepare for your action plan. This whole week, although we are going to have a great time, we're going to learn a lot from each other, but it is really about how do we go home and how do we make change. So in order to prepare for that, you must have some research done about an issue that you want to work on when you come here. So just be prepared to discuss your issue. And again, Carrie Johnson will be sending you a questionnaire because, not only do we want to know more about what kind of things you're going to be learning when you get here, but our speakers want to know. I mean, our speakers really want to know more about the issues that you're going to be working on, and also they want to know what do you listen to and what kind of, especially with the media workshop, we want to have our research in place to make sure that we are giving out the right information. So pay close attention to the stuff that Carrie gives you, especially the questionnaire. All right, so Carrie, we have another webcast. When is that?
That next webcast is pretty sure it's on June 28th. It'll be at 10 a.m. So it'll be the same thing. I'll send you guys out all the information on the webcast. And then we'll also send you out the link so that you can view it. We'll give you the direct link to the broadcast, or you can go right to the Empower Peace website and you can click on the link there and it'll take you right to it. I do have a couple other questions. Reem from Jordan, I do have your confirmation and I'm working on your travel. So I just want you to know that. I'll also send you a quick email just to let you know that I have everything. And if you're coming from New Hampshire or Boston, what time should you get to the dorms? I will send that information to you guys as well, but I wouldn't get there much before like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon because most of the flights don't start coming in until around 1 o'clock, so you would just kind of be hanging out in a dorm by yourself. But I will send all of that information to you as well as the exact dorm address.
Okay, now a couple of things that haven't come up, which I'm surprised about, is what do they do after the conference is over and can they have people come here? You have to stay at the dorms. You're coming, I know a lot of you may have family or friends, we've had this in the past. They are welcome as long as you tell us ahead of time. There are some sessions that friends are welcome to join us on. And so we're happy to have that. We know that a lot of you haven't been able to see family and friends for a while. So we do our best to include that. However, you are expected to attend all of the workshops and presentations, and you are expected to stay at the dorm. So you cannot leave the dorms overnight. They cannot stay with you overnight. If you have free time in the evening, and that's fine, you can visit at that point, but you are not allowed to leave Boston or the dorms.
And I got Miriam from Egypt. She's got her visa interview on the 20th of this month, so that is a good date, so you don't have to worry. That actually gives you plenty of time, so that don't worry about it. And Libya, I guess Asma from Libya still hasn't got her appointment date yet for her visa.
Okay. Asma, if you could what we need to know is, have you already tried to book an interview? That's really, really important. And also, if you could send us an email with your name as it appears on your passport, and if you have been able to book an interview, get online and do that as soon as you can, and then we will, we'll do our best, whatever we can do. At least we can alert the embassy that this is happening.
Right.
But you definitely need your interview time in that barcode. You need a confirmation number.
They
correct?
They need to fill out the DS-160 form, which you do online. And when you fill that out, it will give you that barcode number. You need that barcode number to actually try and schedule a visa interview, which you do online as well.
Yeah, so do that as soon as possible. In fact, do that right after this broadcast and let us know how you did.
Are we going to get certificates to prove that we attended the conference?
Yes. Yes, you are. Assuming you attend the conference and you go to everything. You have to earn that certificate.
And Reem from Jordan has her cousin who is right with her, and her cousin actually attended in 2009.
Oh! Which cousin?
She's very excited for her. I don't know yet. We have somebody.
We love Jordan.
Yeah, we've got Algeria.
In fact, most of us have been to Jordan several times.
Lujane from Jordan.
Oh, wow!
So, yeah.
Did you see the one about I have to apply abroad?
Okay, so we're looking at questions. So
Right.
sorry for the delay. We just want to make sure that we have everybody. The other thing that hasn't come up, which I'm surprised about, is shopping. Will there be time for shopping? I know we brought that up, but very little time. But yes, there will be time for shopping.
Asma from Libya is saying she sent in her application for her visa, and she had to apply abroad because they don't give it in Libya. So we've got to actually.
Okay, so Asma, this seems like a special case. So send us, what should we need? Okay, so send us your name as it appears on your passport. Let us know the date that you sent in your application, and we'll try to do some digging on our end to see where that stands. And where you sent it abroad, the address and where you sent it.
And Sarah from Libya is saying she's waiting to talk to Mr. Siraj.
Oh, okay.
So.
I'm also in contact with Mr. Siraj, so that's good. We're in contact with the same people. But that's not regarding a visa. Okay. So let us know. So it sounds like, Asma and Sarah, that you do not have visa appointments. So just confirm that with us, send us an email, and let us know the status of where you are with things. All right, anybody else? Wow, we must have covered everything.
I know.
This is pretty good. Well, of course, if you have any questions at all, you can certainly email us. Join the Facebook page. Get to know some of the other women that have gone through the program. Ask them questions. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer them. Each year, the program has changed a little bit. We continue to develop it and try to make it better. We're excited to have you here, and can't wait to greet you in Boston. Have we missed anything? Anybody else?
Hem from Algeria, we are seeing what you are writing, so just wanted to let you know that we are seeing it. And
we've had some great participants from Algeria in the past.
Yes, and I know some of the other young women that are on the chat are also letting you know that we're seeing you.
We're seeing you. We've got it.
We're seeing your comments.
Okay, and I know for the delegation from Iraq, we had a young woman, Mina, actually wanted to connect with them just to answer any questions they had about travel here. So if you don't mind, I would like to be able to give Mina that information. So if there's any problem with that, let us know.
And our phones allowed as well as laptops. Okay.
Phones are allowed, but not during the workshops or presentations. So yes, but make sure that your phone carrier does allow you to make international calls, or you will be bringing a paperweight. It will be useless. So yes, but there's no texting or calling or do anything like that during presentations, unless of course it's an absolute emergency.
Right.
Okay, anybody else?
No. So far, just it's going to be a remarkable event, and it's a lot of learning. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, absolutely about Facebook. You guys definitely should go on Facebook and friend each other.
Yes. Get to know who's coming. I mean, I know in past years they've even organized, wearing pink ribbons or something at the airport, because there are some cases where you may be joined up in a specific airport to make your last leg to Boston. So I know that that's happened in the past. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but that would be kind of neat.
It would definitely.
Yeah, get to know who you are before you come. I think that's actually one of the best things that you can do. I know there was one year that they really got active on Facebook before they came, and it was like they were seeing old friends with, first time in
great.
10 years.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. They're running up, they're hugging each other. So absolutely, you'll have a lot more fun. The conference can get off to a much quicker start if you are all comfortable with each other and you get to know each other. So definitely do that.
They want to know, how long have we had participants coming from Libya?
Actually, I want to say this is our second year. That's
Second
right,
year.
second year. So we're thrilled that you're going to be able to join us this year.
We have another question about the tickets. You will be receiving, they're going to be electronic tickets for flights. What I will do is send, unless it's being booked directly through the embassy, I will be doing the travel, so I will send you your itinerary, and it will have your confirmation number on there. You would just bring that information with you to the airport, and you would check it at the ticket desk, and you'd receive your actual physical ticket there. So you'll be receiving electronic tickets. Just trying to, all of a sudden they're just
I know. So all the questions coming in. So we're just looking at the computer screen to make sure that we're answering all of your questions.
They want to know if we're going to send a list of names prior to the conference.
We typically don't do that. I'm thinking probably not.
Is it a must to travel on the scheduled dates? What about staying for more time after the conference at one of my relatives?
Excellent question. That is something that does come up. Empower Peace cannot possibly make special arrangements for anyone. We will give you the time frame, so we will get you here on the 7th, and we'll make sure that you have a flight out of here on the 15th. So if you choose to stay afterwards, or you choose to be with family, obviously that has to be approved with your family, but you'd have to make those arrangements on your own.
When will we know about roommates?
You will know about roommates when you arrive. It makes it exciting.
Amir Shandy has a question about a ticket.
Okay, so
Can I postpone my ticket?
Amira?
Can I postpone my ticket for a while?
Again, we will be arranging your travel to and from Boston in your home country. Any other arrangements that will be made outside of that, you will have to make on your own.
And then I also want to ask about staying till the visa expires on my own expense.
Again, we make the travel arrangements. I mean, because what happens is when we have 70 young women or 100 plus young women, if we started making those special travel arrangements, that would be another full-time job for poor Carrie. So any arrangements that you make has to obviously be approved by your family, which we'd want to see, but you'd have to make those arrangements on your own. All right. Ooh, a lot of them are coming in. I bet you it's all about the same stuff, though.
Right now, I'm still reading through, but adding each other on Facebook. Amira, sorry, can you explain for me how I can do that? Should I contact my relatives there or leave, then travel once more?
Most of the time what you can do is you can call the airline and you can arrange your travel that way.
Okay, Reem from Jordan, can you give me a guide to the gate and terminal in the airport because I'm all alone and it's a big airport?
Okay, actually, Reem, my guess is you're coming in on what, Terminal E? Whatever terminal, we will know which terminal you're coming out on, and I can guarantee you that we will be there. So you don't have to worry about going anywhere or finding us. The minute you walk out those doors, you're going to see people with Women2Women signs, and we will be there. All right, so we have any more? No, more or less, that's it?
Yeah.
So I think we've covered the basics. We will be sending you more conference information. Please definitely review all of the conference information very carefully. You're going to be getting a lot of information from us, but it's important information. And if you have any questions based on what you receive, let us know. We will also be providing you with a conference schedule so that you can see how busy you actually are going to be during the week. Some of you are not coming with chaperones. Some of you are, some of you are not. I think this year we probably have the least amount of chaperones. One of the most important things for us is to make sure that you all are understanding everything that's going on during the day. And if you have any questions or concerns, to be able to address that with us. That's one of the greatest roles of a chaperone. However, if you're not coming with a chaperone, make sure that you connect with Carrie or myself or any of the staff members so that we can make sure that you're not missing out on anything, or if you're not understanding something, we'll do the best we can to make sure that you do.
Okay. Reem is asking, is she going to be going straight from Jordan to Boston? I don't believe there are actually any direct flights from Jordan straight to Boston, so you will probably have a layover, and we are working on that. So as soon as I have that information for you, I will send that directly to you, Reem.
Yeah, I want to say it's usually in New York, right?
Usually in New York or Paris.
Okay.
Typically. And then...
Somebody asking about going to Tunisia to get there?
Yeah. And Amira actually had her visa appointment today, so she is all set with her visa.
Wonderful.
So that's fantastic. Sarah from the U.S., I'm thinking about making a documentary about this experience to bring to my school. Can I bring my video camera?
I love that idea. Absolutely.
Do my job.
Yeah, actually, Doug is over here. He said you can do his job. In fact, Sarah, when you get here, you should definitely introduce yourself to Doug. Maybe it's possible at some point, maybe you guys could share footage.
You never know.
You never know.
You just don't know.
And how many participants are there from Egypt, please?
Gosh, I can't remember how many. I want to say 5.
I believe it's 5.
Yeah, I believe it's 5 coming from Egypt. This is great because I'm looking at this. I mean, it's the first time actually that we are welcoming delegates from Chad, which we're extremely excited about. And Spain, again, we're really happy that you can join us. I want to say, but everybody else, we've had great delegates from Algeria, wonderful young women from Bahrain, Egypt, again, great groups. Iraq, really excited to have you with us. I mean, we've had great kids from Israel and Jordan and Kenya. Kenya, we had 2 last year, right? Had some.
Yes,
It was fantastic to have you here, so we're really looking forward to that. Morocco, always a lively group. Saudi Arabia, for the past couple of years, we've had some fantastic young women come through the program. And of course, the United States, I mean, we are, I don't know where, Sarah, you're from, or Molly. If you're from Erie, Pennsylvania, we're big fans of Erie, Pennsylvania. And I think this is the first year we have Kansas, is it? We've had some great ones from New Hampshire, so we're really excited to have you all join us.
And I know one of the questions in, a lot of you that are coming internationally, you are going to have layovers, so you won't, you'll be coming from whichever country, you'll have a layover, then you'll be coming directly into Boston.
Now, one important thing about the layovers, make sure, this is, make sure you bring our contact information when you have a layover, because some of you, I mean, in the past with all these young women coming, it's possible that your flight could be delayed. So just let us know. We will do our best to track flights. Carrie's really good at this. She tracks your flights. She knows if you've been delayed. She knows if you haven't gotten on a plane. It's amazing. So usually we have the information before you contact us, but it's really important that you do. So if you miss a flight, if you've done something, if your flight's been delayed, try to reach us. And either way, we will be looking for you at the airport. You do not have to worry about that. But make sure you carry our contact information with you.
They're asking about escorts for the layovers when they're at another airport.
You can try to go to information. There are no escorts from Empower Peace at these international airports.
Molly is from Kansas and Sarah's from Meredith, New Hampshire.
Oh, fantastic. All right.
And our Egyptian friends would like to know if they can kind of get in touch with each other before.
Okay.
Because not all of them know each other. So.
You know, we'll send out an email to the delegation
Sure.
just to make sure that that's okay to share information. So that's kind of one of the tricky parts. I'm sure it will be fine, but we do like to get permission before we hand out contact information. But the other thing that you can do is sign up on Facebook and just say, I'm from Egypt and I'd like to know who the other Egyptian delegates are. And hopefully they've signed up on Facebook as well. So definitely do that.
Right, but we will send out an email to everybody from the Egyptian delegation, just making sure that it is okay. And if I get the okay from everybody, I will definitely.
In fact, we should
forward
just do
it.
that with everybody. Can we share your contact information with the group?
Sure.
And then maybe we can just send it on out.
There you go.
All right. So I know that there's always going to be a lot more questions coming in, you know, especially when it comes to travel. Definitely feel free to contact us. We want to thank you for joining us today. Again, you're going to be getting a lot of information from us. I know that the conference is less than a month away, so we're working hard to make all the preparations final before you get here, but to make this a fantastic week. So we're really looking forward to having you all here. And if anything else comes up, let us know. So are there any more important questions that we haven't answered? So if you haven't tried to get your visa interview, do that now.
I was going to say.
Absolutely do that now.
That's one of the questions is how long does it typically take?
It typically takes at least a few weeks. So do that now. If you get an appointment, take the earliest appointment you can, and let us know when that appointment is, and we will do whatever we can. We do not work directly with embassies, but we do have contacts within some of them that may be helpful. We might be able to try and get it expedited. So just let us know. We'll do what we can. No guarantees, obviously, but we will certainly try. Anything else?
Just Reem, I got your message, and I will contact you directly on email regarding your reservation and everything.
Is that about it?
We're getting more. The Libyan embassy still haven't booked me an appointment for my visa interview
Okay.
yet.
Send us an email. And thank you all for joining us. I think that's about it, right?
Right.
Just remember, pack what you can carry. If there's nothing else you remember.
They'll hear it again when we
Yes,
when
I'm
we do
going to
the
say
other
this so
webcasts.
many times. And also, be prepared. So be prepared before you get here. Get to know each other online, and we're going to have a fantastic week. So have a good day. Have a good night for some of you.
Bye, guys.
I was waiting for the financial questions, Tricia.
You're like, I'm really good for that.